Valve is back from their Hawaii vacation, and we have a lot of news to talk about. From a Steam hack affecting 2/3 of the player base, to a suspicious headcrab, and the Half-Life 197 theory is back. Let's begin with the most important topic that many people might be worried about, which is the Steam hack, where your passwords leaked and everything else you'll want to know about the situation, including Valve's response. So you may or may not have already seen a bunch of people panicking that Steam's passwords and details were leaked, so this is exactly what happened. It started just earlier this week when a threat actor claimed to have breached Steam and was selling a dataset of over 89 million user records for only $5,000. The original post included a Telegram, 3,000 samples, and mentions of internal vendor data. Now, this leak is said to have impacted 89 million Steam users, roughly 2/3 of Steam's active user base. But before we continue, it's important to note that data does not include information like usernames, passwords, or payment details. Also, if you have Steam Guard enabled, you should be pretty secure, as the leaked data lacks the required information to bypass this protection. But with this information getting out there, it started to pick up a lot of noise. There was a lot of articles being made, people were posting, and players were freaking out. It started to spiral into a big panic of people changing their Steam account details. After picking up a lot of traction, Valve made a statement on May 14th and fully explained what happened. Valve confirmed that the leak did not involve a breach of Steam systems and emphasized that the exposed data that included older SMS messages with expired 2FA codes and unlinked phone numbers cannot be used to harm accounts. Valve advised users to remain vigilant against phishing attempts and recommended using the Steam Mobile Authenticator for enhanced security, but stated that changing passwords or phone numbers is unnecessary. They made sure it was clear that this was not a breach of their systems and not something that happened on their end, but more so a third party along the line, and that they're even still looking into the source of the leak as well. So if you read some posts or news articles about this happening and the potential Steam hack, there's actually not much to worry about, as it was just some outdated 2FA codes. Hopefully though, this was a good reminder for a bunch of players to make sure they double check their security. Now, Valve is back from their April vacation, which means updates across the board to their games, like CS2, which finally has weekly missions. Valve even released a pretty big behind-the-scenes blog covering the Nest of Thrones boss battle in Dota's Crownfall event. Team Fortress 2 has also been getting updates in May, having so far received 4 this month, really just a bunch of fixes, but Deadlock did just get a major blog post update since February, bringing a shop rework. Steam saw some updates like Valve is introducing a new SteamOS compatible rating system, as well as now being able to display accessibility features directly on the store. Talking about Steam, there is a sale going on right now, but what might interest you is Black Mesa is currently at its record low price, being 90% off. This also comes with an update to the game, bringing it to its second highest ever player count. Now, talking about the Steam sale, there is something a few Half-Life fans pointed out, where in the new art, there is a visible headcrab. Along with the headcrab, there are a few other characters from different games, but they are numbered. While looking at the headcrab, it seems to have been scratched out. Although some may take it as a sign for Half-Life 3, that may not have been its intended purpose. The real question, was this actually Valve making the art themselves, or was it some external artist? Now that's where it gets interesting, because in 2022, a Valve artist at the time, Claire, confirmed she worked on Steam sale art along with writers like Eric Wolpaw and Jay Pinkerton, who came up with the names or descriptions, which were designed to be hidden and found throughout the Steam sale. But for countless other sales, they were made by external artists, and Valve would even go out and credit the artists who were involved, while many other times the artists would mention it themselves, even as recent as March 2025. So I would say it's pretty interesting that there is a headcrab from Half-Life, but that's just it. Going by what they've done for Steam sales in the past years, where they made full-on fake games for people to spot, you could assume this headcrab is nothing more than a cool detail for people to spot as well. Although yes, it is a cool headcrab that is included, I really wouldn't think anything more of it. Talking about Half-Life signs and thinking more about it, the 197 Half-Life conspiracy is back in full action. We first saw the number from Mike Shapiro, which seemed a bit out of place, and at the time we talked about it back in January. But since people have made an entire document covering possible connections 197 might have. But that's where over the past few months 197 died down, until more recently Mark Laidlaw, an iconic Valve and Half-Life employee, decided to release a new song with a title of 197 in it, which of course led to the 197 theory sparking back up. But Mark Laidlaw did state in several comments that he had no idea about the 197 theory, and his post wasn't really a troll and the song was just about some 7-Elevens. Of course, Mark seemingly doesn't work at Valve anymore, but many Half-Life fans are left wondering if 197 could mean something, even though Mark has denied the song had anything to do with it. It does seem very coincidental that both Mike and Mark's songs involved 197. The original 197 theory pointed towards the 19th of July or even the 197th day of the year being the 16th of July. So with 197 appearing again, will we see something happen around that time? Or is it all just some crazy coincidence? Regardless if you believe 197 means anything or not, Valve is set to release the new Half-Life Raising the Bar book this year. But the thing is, we are already halfway through 2025, and we still have no official dates for the release. So rather than theorizing about 197, the question is, will Valve shadow drop Half-Life 3? I mean, what would be better than Valve announcing Half-Life 3? Well, I think it would be Valve announcing Half-Life 3 with it released and playable that exact same day. Valve could just make it a pop-up to their 40 million daily users, which might be why we are seeing so many Valve-affiliated people eager to talk about the next Half-Life game. But I would like to hear your opinions on Valve shadow dropping the next Half-Life. I mean, Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remaster just did a similar thing and it went very well for them. So let me know your thoughts. You can tell me if it's a bad idea or not, but Valve is back from vacation now, which means updates, news, and announcements are here, so don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on all things for Valve.